Councillor Reid, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Yes, Madam Mayor. I think this was a long-standing campaign by now retired Councillor Peter Wood, and I think it's unfortunate that he didn't have the chance to speak on this himself. That being said, I would like to thank you, Madam Mayor, for allowing us to speak on this tonight because of unusual constitutional circumstances, we'll say. I would repeat the remarks I made in the budget meeting some weeks ago, which is that it's to give credit where credit is due that the Council is and has trialled the School Street scheme in Washington. It is simply to speed up the process we're in at the minute, which is to roll it out across the city as options for schools and streets and councillors and communities to tackle what in many cases is dangerous and at the very least an annoyance for residents, which is school time parking congestion and the like. For those who are unaware, the School Street scheme is the limiting of traffic into a street for a very specific period of time, where only certain vehicles are allowed in for residents, emergency service vehicles, or indeed if parents, there are parents of children who have disabilities who need to be dropped up closer to the school. The hope in many cases, and the reality in cases where it's been implemented in London and Newcastle, I know, is that school time parking is limited, is dealt with. Residents are able to park on their drives, because a problem that occurs at the minute is that cars and parents park in front of people's drives, and in some cases in my own ward, many residents have faced some horrendous abuse when they've attempted to move people on from their drives simply to get into their own driveways. So it's a solution to that, or it's at least a very first step. The proposal, or the trial that we did in Washington was very labour intensive. It required a lot of council staff to be there. The alternative, a variation, is that you could have number plate recognition cameras. That would mean that you would free up parking warden staff who are there on site to other schools that are probably not appropriate for it, on main roads and the like. And it was a relatively minor cost for an enormous problem for so many residents in my ward in particular, but across the city. Thornhill Park and Meadowside are issues that message me daily. I had a text from a resident this morning saying that she wants to lend her name to support the motion. But I think it shows the widespread problem that is prevalent in my ward. So that's why I think this motion, while it's not binding to anything specific, anything arbitrary, it simply opens up the options for councillors and communities to be able to take actions into their own hands and solve a problem that is rather persistent. Thank you, Madam Mayor.